Hey, what's happening, gamers? I'm K-Wing, and this is K-News, or Doom News. So, Nintendo's at it again, and so many of you signed up for this. You signed up for the Nintendo Creators Program, and I'm just bashing my head up against the wall going, why? Why? I mean, you did high demand and gave in what Nintendo wants, and now they've just done something to make it worse for everybody else. They have altered the deal and promised something, and now have done a complete 180. You would think they might have backed off after the major backlash that many YouTubers have been warning people about the mini MCN or CMS of the Nintendo Network or Nintendo Creators Program, whatever you want to call it. So what exactly is going on? Well, Nintendo has stated that they will not share any revenue with channels that feature content from other publishers. This new info was confirmed this morning by the Mario Company themselves. Wow. I mean, it's a good thing I didn't sleep yet. I mean, I'm running on like 2 hours of sleep, but this is what my press release said that I got in my email like around 10 o'clock this morning. So basically it says the following. If you've already submitted your channel for registration and it includes videos that contain game titles outside of the list of supported games, please remove those videos from your channel within 2 weeks of the submission date. If videos are not removed from the channel within this time, your channel will not be registered with our program, meaning you will not be partnered or copyright protected. Then you can resubmit your channel for registration at a later date after you've removed said videos. This is very different than Nintendo's terms of service agreement that we saw a few days ago. Although it might have been in the little print, I'm going to have to go back and look at that contract again, like with a fine-tooth comb to see if it really was in there, because I was really freaked out about some of the stuff in there. I mean, it needs some serious language rewriting in that contract. That's freaky. So originally, remember we talked about how if you were a Nintendo-only channel, then you would get 70% or whatever. You know, they would do some type of deal with you. It would be better than if you just submitted your videos for the 60% offering that they were doing, that you could do for, you know, whatever video you felt like submitting. Like if I wanted to do a K-News video that's been claimed, I know a news video, then I would be paid through Nintendo and not through my network or YouTube or anything. It would come directly from Nintendo to my PayPal. Now, again, just so everybody hears this, because some people never really listen to everything I say, so listen carefully. You must remove any non-Nintendo first-party game from your channel within 2 weeks of submitting your brand into their MCN. But it gets much better. If any Nintendo game is not covered under the whitelist that was provided by Nintendo for me, then you can't even be in this partnership program that just released. So those games not only won't be covered and they won't be protected, but you won't make any money on them. Any game that isn't on that list must be removed from your channel immediately for you even to be considered a Nintendo partner. So in layman's terms, we aren't just talking about companies like Sega, Capcom, Konami. We're talking about companies that are second party, third party, games that were made for Nintendo but are not on their whitelisting. I told you guys a few days ago, this was very fishy in the TOS. I was really pondering a few days ago what it would mean for games not on the list that Nintendo had for partners to be paid. And that list was very small, and I was kind of like, okay, this is weird. Maybe Nintendo will do something later, or people probably just won't be paid for the games that aren't on that list. Well, I was right. So, yay me. Yet I feel so bad. So, wow. Honestly, folks, I have no way to defend Nintendo this time. No way whatsoever. This is by far the biggest slap in the face to any content producer that features any Nintendo content whatsoever, whether they are dedicated solely to Nintendo or they have Nintendo games they like to play with different companies like Sony and Microsoft or Capcom, whatever. Whatever games they want to play, if they don't play just Nintendo, you can't make any money on Nintendo if you have any other publishers on your channel. That is wrong. But just to put this in perspective, since some people still won't get this, let's use a Nintendo channel as an example. Say Nintendo Capri Sun would want to be managed by Nintendo. Well, that's great for him, right? Wrong. he would have to not just private or unlist videos so he could still make money off things like Chrono Trigger, Castlevania, Mega Man, etc. No, he would have to erase them all in order to make any money or living whatsoever. That is insane. In all my years on YouTube, I've never seen or heard any network doing anything close to this. So the only way a YouTuber could cover Nintendo games on YouTube, as it stands right now, you need to become a promoter or advertiser for Nintendo, essentially creating product placements for a limited time. That's all you can do. If also, you need to check the whitelist continuously to see if Nintendo is actually offering a game you want to cover. If you're in the program already and you release a game not covered by their whitelist, your channel will be removed from their network immediately. Also, as soon as the game you're covering is off said whitelist, that game, no matter if it's making revenue or not, must be removed from your channel in order to continue to work with Nintendo and be protected by their, copyright bot thing. This, ladies and gentlemen, is beyond censorship. This is control. They are making all of YouTube conform to what they want. No ifs, ands, or but. And I'm sorry, but Nintendo, YouTube is way too big to be bullied by you. There are millions of content creators. And like I said in my previous video, the pie is a lie. It's time to eat some cake. A lot of great tasty cake and ice cream, meaning Sony, Microsoft, whatever you want to think about, PC, I don't care. At first, I thought about making an all Nintendo channel, and Amber and I actually discussed it because we love playing Nintendo games. So we thought, okay, if Nintendo's going to go crazy copywriting stuff, we'll just move all our Nintendo content or whatever over to just a Nintendo only channel and become essentially a product placement for Nintendo. We would find some way to survive even though they would get half of what we make. That would be fine. We would be up for that. But we can't even do that. That would be impossible to maintain because we would have to keep a close eye on the TOS because of that clause. We would be constantly checking the whitelist to see when we have to remove videos in order to make sure we don't get sent out to the copyright sharks. We don't want our channel released at any time. I mean, that's just, wow, that's evil. So also, that it takes a long time for videos to, make it into the search engine and for people to find stuff. It takes years. So what Nintendo's doing is you only have a limited time to promote their game. And when that time's up, they're not going to pay you anymore. I mean, it's like a lengthy product placement. And that's, wow, they really need to seriously rewrite the language in this agreement because it is bad. How could anyone make a continued income partnering with Nintendo at this point in time? As it stands, Nintendo is not going to back down, and there's no point to cover their games on YouTube that feature Nintendo first-party games. I don't see any way. A storm is definitely coming for YouTube, and this is just the growing pains. I mean, we can expect a lot worse. And again, I have no idea how to counter this, and fighting it is just going to tick off Nintendo even more. So PewDiePie and all those other partners that were slandering Nintendo and screaming at them and doing all this other stuff, well, they responded. How do you feel? Was it worth it? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, in the comments section below, how do you personally feel about this? Me? I think Nintendo Let's Plays in 2015, news, reviews, whatever, is dead. My reviews and news have already been claimed numerous times, except how I cover K-News right now, featuring non-first party games. So that is the only way I can do the news. And I know you guys don't like it, but tough. I still love their games personally, and, I'm a sucker for that. They make amazing games. They're like the A-team, okay? Everybody loves the A-team. But their business practices are like the D-team. They're terrible. I refuse to jump through all the hoops that Nintendo is trying to put up for me. I can't do it. It's not humanly possible, okay? How many channels have more than one publisher on their channel anyway? I mean, personally, I cover Sony, Capcom, Natsumi, Namco, and hundreds more. I have contracts for 25 or 40 of them that I've established relationships the past, 10 years I've been a journalist. So I need to burn down all these bridges just to make a living with one company? I'm not doing that. I can't. Anyway, I've added the whitelist in the description. You guys can feel free to read it. I got it from a press statement this morning. I'm still reeling from this, so feel free to look it over for yourselves and freak out or whatever you want to do. I'm out of ideas, so K-Wing out. All I can say is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it has begun.